Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. Let's take a quick look at NKN, which is a new kind of network. And if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only. I always recommend you do your own research, but just keep this in mind. I do a lot of research myself. So for lack of better terms, I have a trading community that's growing day by day, and it's something that, if you'd benefit from having somebody like myself alongside in this crypto journey, then I think it might be something worth checking out. Just because I'm being able to help people, educate themselves on better practice and, pretty much just become better traders. And I do actually, as a perk there, a little bonus, I actually share all of my trades with my community members. Check that out. Link in the description below, where I actually do have a descriptive video in case you're curious about that. Now, taking a look here at NKN, let's just go ahead and understand what's going on first. Big picture, it's pumped twice in the past, what, 2.5, 3 weeks? And it's pumped pretty hard. But every time it does so, it retraces pretty significant. Now, bear in mind, this previous retracement makes sense. This is when Bitcoin was testing 58,000 and it ramped back up. So I mean, it makes sense perfectly for what's going on here. However, I think we're in pretty good shape though, because we are effectively making higher highs and higher lows, right? So this is higher, that's higher. This is higher, this is higher, and this is higher. And again, I'm referring to the one-day candlestick close, not these large wicks, okay? These are still technically higher highs and higher lows. So that being said, we're in good shape there in that sense from NKN. Looking at the moving averages, we had a golden cross here recently that pushed the price up, but that is, for lack of better terms, working as a support level, potentially, if the price were to either retrace or the price comes back up. So heaven forbid, the price comes down to 38 cents, it should bounce off that support. That being said, also, we're looking at 50 and 70 as the range in which the RSI is at, right? So it's right in the middle, which is fantastic. I love to see RSI above 50 as a very good starting point, right? Anything under 50 is a cause for concern in most cases. You probably don't want to try to buy into that because it's considered bearish, not bullish. Now, looking at the MACD, we really just have a kind of just almost two parallel lines in a sense. So in other words, this potential divergence may not occur, and we could likely see another convergence to the upside. So we'll see definitely what happens, but on the smaller time frame, we'll be able to identify that, I feel, a bit better. One thing is also super cool. I like this. The 50-day simple moving average is working as a support level on the 4-hour chart. That's fantastic. We got the 200 kind of trending behind as well as that secondary support level outside of the Fibonacci retracement lines. Looking at the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart, we're looking at the Ichimoku cloud. We're just peeking into it, right? So technically speaking, this is considered a no-buy zone. The reason why? A couple of reasons here. First of all, we just broke this resistance level, current support. If we don't hold that level and we get rejected out by the cloud, both with either this line or this line, then it's not going to be considered a buy signal anymore, right? Because the price is going down. You never want to try to chase the bottom. So what you do is you wait for confirmation. Confirmation is usually the price resting above a major resistance or support level for a specific amount of time. In other words, a one-day candlestick close is preferred. So this candlestick closes above this, which technically in 30 minutes we're going to see the candlestick close, then we'll be in pretty good shape to consider this a support level. And once again, that's about 49 cents. I'm rounding up just a little bit. 49 cents is the potential support, okay? So that's what we're hoping for, 49 cents. And by the way, I'm not just pulling these lines out of the hat. These were Fibonacci retracement lines that were drawn from the previous high. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. The last thing I want to look at is TD sequential. We are roughly 4 hours into a potential 9-hour or 9 to 13 actually, because it can sometimes go in overtime, bullish trend. Again, not saying that's going to continue for 5 more hours, could literally go sideways or do nothing or come back down. We're still in the cloud, so it's not recommended to take entry. However, the bottom line here is that the price is still continuing upwards and it's counting up, not essentially resetting yet. So we could be in a consolidation phase. We're not sure yet, but we do have room for growth, if that makes any sense. So pushing to the upside of that cloud is a likelihood, right? We could have 5 more hours that'll go ahead and come up to about 50 cents and relax. That'd be nice if it did that. Okay, so all in all, pretty good stuff. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the Fibonacci retracement lines just so you can kind of see what I'm referring to. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up here. Go from the highest point all the way down. No, correction, sorry, picked the wrong one. We're going with the most recent. All right, so taking a look here, you can see we got a pretty strong support. The price bounced right off of this line here, right about 45 cents. Right now, presently, the price is trying to close above 49 cents. We just looked at that, right? Keep in mind the cloud's just a little bit above that, but that's essentially what you're looking at there. We've also got a pretty strong resistance level here at about 54 cents, which was a previous resistance as well. Could become a new support if the price can break above and close above, but for lack of better terms, the Fibonacci retracement is basically telling us here that we have a major resistance level. That's the next major milestone is 52 cents. So if you're just going to be kind of, in it for the quick grab, then you might want to set your target at like 51.5 cents in case the price were to pump up there. And it wouldn't be phenomenal, but you'd get somewhere in the range of 5 to 6%. I'm happy with that personally, just based on how much that I use in my capital. But again, if you're have a smaller balance, a smaller account size, then you might want to maybe shoot for a little bit higher, but you want to be realistic too, okay? I would maybe recommend no higher than the 0.618 on the Fibonacci retracement, which puts it about 52 cents, okay? So that wouldn't be terrible. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I misspoke. We're looking at 54 cents, right at 0.5, yeah, right there. That's roughly about a 10% gain. Now, there's a chance that NCAN could keep going up, right? There's nothing wrong with that potential. That could very well happen. But me, I like to secure profits, so I always I try to make my first target just below the next major resistance level, and then I move my stop loss to that previous open, essentially break even, right? And then my second profit target is likely at the next Fibonacci retracement line. That's usually how I kind of build out my take profit targets. So I might recommend something along those lines for you, just based on the simple fact that, just arbitrarily picking a number out of a hat is not really advantageous. Picking a number just below the next major resistance level is, okay? Because oftentimes prices go to a resistance level and reject out. So you can take your profits just below that, right? Don't set it above, set it just below. Anyways, a little tip of advice there, but let's go ahead and do one last thing, kind of see what potential we could have if this little trend continues. So for lack of better terms, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically last week's worth of trading, right? If we take this is 1 week's worth of trading, and we go with a better case scenario, we could see 87 cents in the next week or two, right? By month end, I think that's likely, just based on the natural progression of how NKN is making higher highs and higher lows. Again, low, high, low, high, low, high. Each one is higher than the previous. So it is making that kind of trend on the 1-day candlesticks. So just keep that in mind. There's a good chance that this next one could be a higher low as well, right? So we would like to see that. So this could very well be the bottom. This could be the higher low, right? And then we could see a higher high somewhere up in this range. Again, it's all hypothetical until it happens, right? So hopefully, wish you the best of luck on that. I may consider opening a position here soon. I'll keep a close eye on NKN. But honestly, with the state of Bitcoin, I'm going to hold off and hesitate until we get some confirmation with Bitcoin, just based on the simple fact that it keeps looking like it wants to drop below, but it hasn't yet. So just bear that in mind. You got to respect what Bitcoin does, because a lot of these movements here are based on Bitcoin's behavior. There's just no other way around it. All right, so hopefully you found benefit. If so, feel free to comment below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to find me on social media. Check out my Patreon community, of course, if you want to become a better trader and obviously have a leg up, so to speak. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.